Hey everyone, it's Megan. Today I am sharing with you guys my most reached for makeup brushes and one makeup tool. So I have been wanting to do this video for a while, but I kept forgetting or doing other videos. But today I wanted to talk to you guys about makeup brushes. And I think they are really important to have in your collection, to invest a little bit of money in them if you choose to, but there are definitely some amazing affordable options that I'm going to share with you guys today. And I'm going to start with face brushes and one tool and then move into eye brushes. So for foundation, my two most reached for foundation brushes are the Sonia Kashuk number 4 brush and the Real Techniques buffing brush. These are very similar. The Sonia Kashuk, first of all, has a really cool handle, and I've been wanting this forever. My sister Rachel bought this for me for my birthday because I've literally wanted this for years and I've never bought it, but she got it for me, which was so sweet. And it's just a flat top brush. So it's very flat and it's very dense and it doesn't have as much give as the Real Techniques one does. So I use this one today, so it might not be a fair comparison, but it just doesn't have as much give as the Real Techniques one does, at least when I'm using it on my face. So the buffing brush was the Real Techniques buffing brush was my first experience with these like synthetic buffing brushes. And I always thought that they would just apply way too much foundation to my face. I don't like a heavy coverage look, and I just thought these types of brushes were not for the look that I like. But I got this Real Techniques one in a set. I love it. I've also tried the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I hate that one. I think it's a nice quality brush, but I think it leaves streaks on my face. I can't blend it as nicely as I can with the buffing brush. It's just so easy to blend. It's so effortless. It's so soft. And I love this. And then once I got this, whenever my birthday was recently, I don't even remember what day it is anymore, this has been the one that I've reached for over the buffing brush. So this is just really good because it's a little bit smaller. I can get into smaller areas and really buff in, because this, since it is flat, I think that really helps to like extremely buff in the foundation or BB cream or tinted moisturizer or concealer, anything you have. I think that the Sonia Kashuk one does a little bit of a better job because you have more control and it is the flatter surface. So I love both of these. The Sonia Kashuk one just happens to be my current favorite. And like I said, I thought that it would give me too heavy of coverage, but it's really helped me use less foundation because you don't need as much when it's like buffing it into your skin. So just use less foundation than you normally would if you use a buffing brush. My other favorite way to apply foundation, except for using my hands, is the Beauty Blender. This is an amazing tool if you're like me and you like a light coverage look, if you don't like too much product on your face and you don't want like a heavy coverage. But this does work with heavy coverage foundations to help sheer them out or make them look more natural. So if you're unfamiliar with this, you just wet this under your sink or wherever and you squeeze it out and then you wring it in a washcloth or a towel or whatever you have that's dry. So you don't want this to be soaking wet. You want it just to be damp and it expands. And then you can just bounce it all over your face. It blends in foundations like you would not even believe. I thought this was such an overpriced, overhyped product until I bought it. And I absolutely love it. I would recommend buying it off of Amazon or eBay if you can find a reputable seller for a much cheaper price, because even though I love it, I don't think it's worth the full price that they charge. So I do love this, but I would never buy it for full price since I know that you can buy it for cheaper. So I love those things for applying my foundations and my BB creams. So I love those. Okay, for powder, Real Techniques powder brush. I wish you guys could feel this on your face right now. It is so soft, and I use this to apply my like setting powders. I also use this to apply my powder foundations if I want a light look. I use this to apply bronzer down my neck sometimes if I want to like get a lot of surface area. It's just so nice. It has never shed on me. It's about $10, which I think is a really fair price for such a nice quality powder brush, because many powder brushes that are this nice in quality are like $50, $60. It is insane because the size is very large and the quality of the bristles and the brush itself are amazing. So I really recommend this if you've been looking for a good powder brush. Also, another Real Techniques favorite is their blush brush, and I do not use this for blush, I use this for bronzer. So I just get my bronzer on the tip of the brush, and what's neat is that it's very tapered, so it goes to a point. So you can just get the product right on the longest bristles, so you don't get too much, and then I just go in like circular motions and back and forth motions right at my cheekbones and up on my temple. And I also use this sometimes down my neck if I don't use the powder brush. Again, super soft, amazing for bronzer, especially if you have a little bit of a heavy hand. This will help you not pick up too much product because it is those tapered bristles and it only gets product on the very tip. So I love this, it's incredible. Okay, moving on to my last three favorite face brushes, and they are all from e.l.f. These are two highlighting brushes that I use either together or just one or the other. So for cream highlighter, I always use the e.l.f. small stipple brush, and this is just amazing. Again, it is like a flat surface on the top, and it's like a duo fiber, so the top, you can't really tell. I have a clean one. Here, let me show you. That's how much I love this. I have two. So the top bristles are white, or in my case, since I've been using this, they're sort of like a pinky color. And they are like separated. They're not like densely packed. They are all varying lengths. So you don't get like as much of a surface area, or not as dense of a application as you would with, say, the Sonia Kashuk. So these are a similar shape, but the way that the bristles are put in there is very different. So this is amazing for cream highlight. That's what I use it the most for. So I put my cream highlight on the back of my hand if it's in like a pump or anything like that, or if it's in a pot, I just go straight in there. But I will get the product on the tip of the bristles. I just tap it in like once or twice, and it gets a little bit of product, and you want to start with a little bit and build up if you need it. And then I just start on the tops of my cheekbones and blend in. And usually I bring it up a little bit by my eyebrow and just blend that in. And then for powder highlight, usually I top a cream highlight with a powder highlight, but sometimes I just use a powder highlight. So for powder highlights, I use the e.l.f. small tapered brush. And this, again, I have two of. That shows you that I really love it. And I will use this with any powder highlight I have. I'll just swirl it in there and it fits perfectly on the top of my cheekbones. It blends it and applies it amazingly. It is wonderful. It's so soft. Do not discount these brushes for being low quality because they're only $3. The fact that they are so inexpensive just makes me love them more because they're so high quality and I just love them. They do the job. They do it really well, and I will definitely continue to purchase these if I ever like lose them or whatever. So that is my highlighting brush duo. And then my favorite blush brush of all time, and the brush that I seek out in my collection of brushes. When I do blush, 9 times out of 10, I will reach for this brush and I will search through my brushes just to find this. I won't just pick up the first one I find. It's the e.l.f. blush brush, and this is perfect for me. I love this. So it's like a beveled edges, and so it goes up to more of a tip, so you probably could do like a highlight or something if you wanted to. But this is perfect because it gets straight onto the blush. So you can just like, what I do, let me give you a little demo. So this is the blush I've been using currently, NARS Deep Throat. And what I do is I set it down and like wiggle it into the product. And so it picks up that much product. You can see it on the bristles because they're black, which is really nice. And then I just put it I don't put it on my hand usually, but since I already have it on my face, I didn't want to put it there. But what I do is I go like this, and I like stamp it up my cheeks and then blend. So this size is perfect for what I want it for, perfect for my face shape or size or whatever. It just fits my face perfectly. I basically always use this, like I said. It's amazing. I've wanted to buy backups of it, but right now I just have one, and I probably will buy a backup in the future, but it is so amazing. So those are all of my most reach for face brushes. Then moving on to eye brushes, and I thought the eye brushes that were my most used I found very interesting because most of my most used brushes, I have two of the same style. They might not be the same exact brush, but they do the same thing, and like it really makes me realize that they are my favorite since I have multiples. So the first are these type of brushes. This is the MAC 217, and this is the Sephora Oval Blending number 27 brush. So these are basically the same thing. My MAC one is just a little bit fluffier, but the size, the thing that it does, it's the exact same, and I would recommend either of these. They're amazing. I love a really blended look. I don't usually like to pack on color so much, but I like to sort of just do a wash, and these are perfect for it because you can just go do and go into the crease. You can do the lid, then turn it and do the crease. These are just perfect brushes. I reach for these over most of my other eye brushes, at least to start out my look, and if you just could get one like higher end brush, I would recommend getting this type of brush, whether it be the Sephora or the MAC 217 or any similar to this. I've never seen anything like this in a drugstore brand, so if there was one, I would definitely buy it, but since these are unique to me in higher end like lines, I would recommend investing in one of these because I pretty much always use it every day. So that's usually what I start with. But some days I start with one of these. This is the e.l.f. Contouring Eye Brush, and this is the Real Techniques Essential Crease Brush. And these are very similar in shape. They like go out a little bit and then get tapered. So this sometimes I use for the same thing. I put it all over my eye and then into my crease. This just has a little bit more control since it is smaller than these, especially at the tip. So you could really do some crease work with this, outer V, anything like that, but usually I just fluff the color all over my lid and then put it into the crease with this brush. So those are some of my most reach for. Blending brushes, these are essential no matter what brand you get them from. Sigma, I have one from Sonia Kashuk, one from Sephora. No matter what brand, you definitely need a blending brush. This Sonia Kashuk one, I have no idea the number of it, but it's just like their blending brush. When you buy these, they're in like a little plastic thing. They're hanging under her makeup. So that's what you would be looking for this blending brush. This is the Sephora Crease brush number 230. So these basically do the exact same thing. This one has a little fuzz on it. I just use it to blend out the edges. Sometimes I put a crease color on it, sometimes I just leave it bare and just blend, but these I reach for. Oh, there goes something always has to fall in my videos, but these I reach for every day, one or the other. It doesn't really matter to me. They do the same thing. They're both really soft. The Sonia Kashuk one I've had for a really long time, and it's really held up besides the handle being all grimy because I use it all the time. So these are so essential to me. One eye brush that is much more expensive than most of the other brushes that I've showed you, but one that I have really appreciated and I think it is amazing. It's the Louise Young LY38 brush, and it is so unique compared to any other brush I've ever seen, and this is amazing for us girls who don't have a lot of space, a lot of eye space. So I don't have a lot of space between my crease and my brow. And I know hooded eyes would really get a lot of use out of this as well. Small eyes, any person that seems to have troubles with their eye makeup would really appreciate this. And the reason why is because it has a really sharp point. And so you can put this right into your crease, sort of swivel it in windshield wiper motions right in your crease or right where you want your crease to be if you don't have a crease. And the bristles, because these are the longest ones, then all the rest are shorter. The shorter ones, as you are placing that color, it blends it out and diffuses it. It is so amazing to me. I love doing more smoky looks since having this brush. You could do a cut crease with this if you wanted to. It's just amazing. I love it. And she has LY38A, which is a little bit smaller, and then LY38B, which is very small. And I want both of those brushes. They will be part of my collection one day, but for now I just have the original, and it is amazing. If you have troubles with crease work, outer V work, blending out your crease color, this will really help you out. Even though it is more expensive, it is amazing. Okay, brushes that I use every day, and again, I have two very similar brushes that I use in the same way. So these are from a StudioBasics kit that I got from Five Below. They don't have like names or anything on it, but these are the only ones from that kit that I saved, and these are definitely worth $5 to me. So they are just really small, like smudge brushes. This one is like an itsy bitsy pencil brush, and this one is like a really dense, I don't know, shading brush, like a miniature size. So what I do is I put my liner on, no matter if it's black, brown, colored, whatever liner, pencil liner, and then I get a shadow, because I really like to smoke out my eyeliner every day. And so I take one of these brushes, get it in a shadow, and then I just smudge it out. Like today I did more of a wing with the shadow using this brush. Sometimes I just want to smoke it out, so I'll just do whatever. But either one of these I will reach for every single day. They are so amazing and extremely valuable to me, because I never thought a little $5 brush kit would bring me such joy, but these are amazing, and I hope that they last me forever, because I've never seen other brushes like that. Okay, for inner corner, I don't usually do an inner corner highlight, but sometimes I think that the look really calls for it, like today I did one, and the brush that I always use for it is the Sephora Professionnel number 26 shadow brush. This is one that I've had for years. I can't even tell you when I bought this. It's just a really thin, extremely thin brush, and it's long, so it gets into the shadow perfectly and right into my inner corner, and then usually I'll go like this to just blend it in. It's amazing. It's the only one I reach for inner corner highlight. I just love it. And then my final brush that I use every day is my Sephora double-ended brow brush. So it has a angle brush and then a spoolie. No matter what brand you get a double-ended brow brush from, I think it will be perfect. It's just a really awesome tool to make doing your eyebrows so easy. And I use my powder with this, or my dip brow pomade, and then always blend out before, blend out after. So those are all my most used eye makeup brushes. Or makeup brushes. Oh my, I'm getting really hot and I'm talking so much, so I'm getting a little bit confused. But those are all of my most reach for makeup brushes. Please let me know what you guys reach for all the time for your makeup brushes or tools. These are just the ones that I've been using constantly for a very long time that I definitely believe in and would want to recommend to you guys. So I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your week. I'll see you guys really soon. Bye!